On YouTube, search for Helpology, go to the Helpology channel, scroll down to playlists, 1 of 4, 2 of 4, 3 of 4, 4 of 4, 1, 2, 3 of 87. Leviticus, then you hit play all.
Your fruit again in the disciple.
Vedi Quara, Leviticus 1. And Yahuwah called unto Moshe, and spoke unto him out of the tabernacle of the assembly, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, and say unto them, If any man of you bring an offering unto Yahuwah, ye shall bring your offering of the cattle, even of at the herd, and of the flock. If his offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male without blemish. He shall offer it of his own voluntary will at the door of the tabernacle of the assembly before Yahuwah. And he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt offering, and it shall be accepted for him to make atonement for him. And he shall kill at the bullock before Yahuwah, and the priests, Aharon's sons, shall bring the blood, and sprinkle at the blood round about upon the altar that is by the door of the tabernacle of the assembly. And he shall flay at the burnt offering, and cut it into his pieces. And the sons of Aharon the priest shall put fire upon the altar, and lay the wood in order upon the fire. And the priests, Aharon's sons, shall lay at the parts, at the head, and at the fat, in order upon the wood that is on the fire, which is upon the altar. But his inwards and his legs shall he wash in water, and the priest shall burn at all on the altar to be a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto Yahuwah. And if his offering be of the flocks, namely of the sheep or of the goats, for a burnt sacrifice, he shall bring it a male without blemish. And he shall kill it on the side of the altar, northward, before Yahuwah. And the priests, Aaron's sons, shall sprinkle at his blood round about upon the altar. And he shall cut it into his pieces, and at his fat. And the priest shall lay them in order on the wood that is on the fire, which is upon the altar. But he shall wash the inwards and the legs with water, and the priest shall bring it all and burn it upon the altar. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto Yahuwah. And if the burnt sacrifice for his offering to Yahuwah be of fowls, then he shall bring at his offering of turtle doves or of young pigeons. And the priest shall bring it unto the altar, and wring off at his head, and burn it on the altar. And the blood thereof shall be wrung out at the side of the altar. And he shall pluck away at his crop with his feathers, and cast it beside the altar on the east part, by the place of the ashes, and he shall cleave it with the wings thereof, but shall not divide it asunder. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar, upon the wood that is upon the fire. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto Yahuwah. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by Vayikra, Leviticus 2. Will offer a meat offering unto Yahuwah. His offering shall be of fine flour, and he shall pour oil upon it, and put frankincense thereon, and he shall bring it to Aharon's sons, the priests. And he shall take thereout his handful of the flour thereof, and of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof, and the priest shall burn at the memorial of it upon the altar, to be an offering made by fire of unto Yahuwah. And the remnant of the meat offering shall be Aharon's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offering of Yahuwah, made by fire. And if you bring an oblation of a meat offering, baken in the oven, it shall be matzah cakes of fine flour mingled with oil, or matzah wafers anointed with oil. And if your oblation be a meat offering, baken in a pan, it shall be of fine flour unleavened, mingled with oil. You shall part it in pieces, and pour oil thereon. It is a meat offering. And if your oblation be a meat offering, baken in the frying pan, it shall be made of fine flour with oil. And you shall bring at the meat offering that is made of these things unto Yahuwah. And when it is presented unto the priest, he shall bring it unto the altar. And the priest shall take from the meat offering at a memorial thereof, and shall burn it upon the altar. It is an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto Yahuwah. And that which is left of the meat offering shall be Aharon's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of Yahuwah, made by fire. No meat offering which ye shall bring unto Yahuwah shall be made with leaven, for ye shall burn no leaven, nor any honey, in any offering of Yahuwah made by fire. As for the oblation of the first fruits, ye shall offer them unto Yahuwah, but they shall not be burnt on the altar for a sweet savor. And every oblation of your meat offering shall you season with salt, neither shall you suffer the salt of the covenant of your Elohim to be lacking from your meat offering. With all your offerings you shall offer salt. And if you offer a meat offering of your first fruits unto Yahuwah, you shall offer for the meat offering of your first fruits green ears of grain dried by the fire, at even grain beaten out of full ears. And you shall put oil upon it, and lay frankincense thereon. It is a meat offering. And the priest shall burn at the memorial of it part of the beaten grain thereof, and part of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. It is an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah. Vayikra, Leviticus 3. And if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before Yahuwah. He shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the assembly. And Aharon's sons, the priests, shall sprinkle at the blood upon the altar round about. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering, an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah, at the fat that covers at the inwards, and at all the fat that is upon the inwards, and at the 2 kidneys, and at the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and at the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And Aharon's sons shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto Yahuwah. And if his offering for a sacrifice of peace offering unto Yahuwah be of the flock, male or female, he shall offer it without blemish. If he offer a lamb for at his offering, then shall he offer before Yahuwah. And he shall lay at his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it before the tabernacle of the assembly. And Aharon's sons shall sprinkle at the blood thereof round about upon the altar. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering, an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah, the fat thereof, the whole rump. It shall he take off hard by the backbone, and at the fat that covers at the inwards, and at all the fat that is upon the inwards, and at the 2 kidneys, and the at fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and at the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire unto Yahuwah. And if his offering be a goat, then he shall offer it before Yahuwah. And he shall lay at his hand upon the head of it, and kill it before the tabernacle of the assembly. And the sons of Aharon shall sprinkle at the blood thereof upon the altar round about. And he shall offer thereof his offering, even an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah, at the fat that covers at the inwards, and at all the fat that is upon the inwards, and at the 2 kidneys, and at the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and at the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire for a sweet savor. All the fat is Yahuwah's. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood. Vayikra, Leviticus 4. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, saying, If a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of Yahuwah, concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them, if the priest that is anointed do sin according to the sin of the people, then let him bring for his sin, which he has sinned, a young bullock without blemish unto Yahuwah for a sin offering. And he shall bring at the bullock unto the door of the tabernacle of the assembly before Yahuwah, and shall lay at his hand upon the bullock's head, and kill at the bullock before Yahuwah. And the priest that is anointed shall take of the bullock's blood, and bring it to the tabernacle of the assembly, And the priest shall dip at his finger in the blood, and sprinkle of the blood 7 times before Yahuwah, before at the veil of the sanctuary. And the priest shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar of sweet incense before Yahuwah, which is in the tabernacle of the assembly, and shall pour at all the blood of the bullock at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the assembly. And he shall take off from it at all the fat of the bullock for the sin offering, at the fat that covers the inwards, and at all the fat that is upon the inwards, and at the 2 kidneys, and at the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and at the caul above the liver, with the kidneys. It shall he take away, as it was taken off from the bullock of the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar of the burnt offering. And at the skin of the bullock, and at all his flesh, with his head, and with his legs, and his inwards, and his dung, even at the whole bullock shall he carry forth without the camp, unto a clean place, where the ashes are poured out, and burn him on the wood with fire. Where the ashes are poured out, shall he be burnt. And if the whole assembly of Yashara'el sin through ignorance, and the thing be hid from the eyes of the assembly, and they have done somewhat against any of the commandments of Yahuwah, concerning things which should not be done, and are guilty, when the sin which they have sinned against it is known, then the assembly shall offer a young bullock for the sin, and bring him before the tabernacle of the assembly. And the elders of the assembly shall lay their hands upon the head of the bullock before Yahuwah, and at the bullock shall be killed before Yahuwah. And the priest that is anointed shall bring of the bullock's blood to the tabernacle of the assembly, and the priest shall dip his finger in some of the blood, and sprinkle it 7 times before Yahuwah, even before the veil. And he shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar, which is before Yahuwah, that is in the tabernacle of at the assembly, and shall pour out all the blood at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the assembly. And he shall take at all his fat from him, and burn it upon the altar. And he shall do with the bullock as he did with the bullock for a sin offering, so shall he do with this. And the priest shall make an atonement for them, and it shall be forgiven them. And he shall carry forth at the bullock without the camp, and burn him as he burned at the first bullock. It is a sin offering for the assembly. When a ruler has sinned, and done somewhat through ignorance against any of the commandments of Yahuwah Eloheinu, concerning things which should not be done, and is guilty, or if his sin, wherein he has sinned, come to his knowledge, he shall bring at his offering a kid of the goats, a male without blemish. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the goat, and kill it in the place where they kill at the burnt offering before Yahuwah. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall take up the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out at his blood at the bottom of the altar of burnt offering. And he shall burn at all his fat upon the altar, as the fat of the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as concerning his sin, and it shall be forgiven him. And if any one of the common people sin through ignorance, while he does somewhat against any of the commandments of Yahuwah, concerning things which ought not to be done,
and be guilty. Or if his sin, which he has sinned, come to his knowledge, then he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a female without blemish, for his sin which he has sinned. And he shall lay at his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay at the sin offering in the place of the burnt offering. And the priest shall take of the blood thereof with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out at all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. And he shall take away at all the fat thereof, as the fat is taken away from off the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor unto Yahuwah. And the priest shall make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. And if he bring a lamb for a sin offering, he shall bring it a female without blemish. And he shall lay at his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay it for a sin offering in the place where they kill at the burnt offering. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out at all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. And he shall take away at all the fat thereof, as the fat of the lamb is taken away from the sacrifice of the peace offerings. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto Yahuwah. And the priest shall make an atonement for his sin that he has committed, and it shall be forgiven him. Veikra, Leviticus 5. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness, whether he has seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. Or if a soul touch any unclean thing, whether it be a carcass of an unclean beast, or a carcass of unclean cattle, or the carcass of unclean creeping things, and if it be hidden from him, he also shall be unclean and guilty. Or if he touch the uncleanness of man, whatsoever uncleanness it be, that a man shall be defiled withal, and it be hid from him, when he knows of it, then he shall be guilty. Or if a soul swear, pronouncing with his lips to do evil, or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him, when he knows of it, then he shall be guilty in one of these. And it shall be, when he shall be guilty in one of these things, that he shall confess that he has sinned in that thing. And he shall bring at his trespass offering unto Yahuwah for his sin which he has sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a kid of the goats, for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his sin. And if he be not able to bring a lamb, then he shall bring for at his trespass which he has committed 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons unto Yahuwah, one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And he shall bring them unto the priest, who shall offer at that which is for the sin offering first, and wring off at his head from his neck, but shall not divide it asunder. And he shall sprinkle of the blood of the sin offering upon the side of the altar. And the rest of the blood shall be wrung out at the bottom of the altar. It is a sin offering. And he shall offer at the second for a burnt offering, according to the manner. And the priest shall make an atonement for him for his sin which he has sinned, and it shall be forgiven him. But if he be not able to bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, then he that sinned shall bring for his offering the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a sin offering. He shall put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereon, for it is a sin offering. Then shall he bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take his handful of it, at even a memorial thereof, and burn it on the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto Yahuwah. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him, as touching his sin, that he has sinned in one of these, and it shall be forgiven him. And the remnant shall be the priest's, as a meat offering. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, If a soul commit a trespass, and sin through ignorance in the holy things of Yahuwah, then he shall bring for his trespass unto Yahuwah a ram without blemish out of the flocks, with your estimation by shekels of silver, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for a trespass offering. And he shall make amends for the harm that he has done in the holy thing, and shall add the 5th part thereto, and give it unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering, and it shall be forgiven him. And if a soul sin and commit any of these things which are forbidden to be done by the commandments of Yahuwah, though he knew it not, yet is he guilty, and shall bear his iniquity. And he shall bring a ram without blemish out of the flock, with your estimation, for a trespass offering unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his ignorance, wherein he erred and knew it not, and it shall be forgiven him. It is a trespass offering. He has certainly trespassed against Yahuwah. Ve'ikra, Leviticus 6. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, If a soul sin and commit a transgression against Yahuwah, and lie unto his neighbor in that which was delivered him to keep, or in fellowship, or in a thing taken away by violence, or has deceived at his neighbor, or have found that which was lost, and lies concerning it, and swears falsely, in any of all these that a man does, sinning therein, then it shall be, because he has sinned, and is guilty, that he shall restore at that which he took violently away, or at the thing which he has deceitfully gotten, or at that which was delivered him to keep, or at the lost thing which he found, or all that about which he has sworn falsely. He shall even restore it in the principal, and shall add the 5th part more thereto, and give it unto him to whom it appertains in the day of his trespass offering. And he shall bring at his trespass offering unto Yahuwah a ram without blemish out of the flock, with your estimation, for a trespass offering unto the priest.
And the priest shall make an atonement for him before Yahuwah, and it shall be forgiven him for anything of all that he has done in trespassing therein. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Command at Aharon and at his sons, saying, This is the Torah of the burnt offering. It is the burnt offering because of the burning upon the altar all night unto the morning, and the fire of the altar shall be burning in it. And the priest shall put on his linen garment, and his linen breeches shall he put upon his flesh, and take up at the ashes which the fire has consumed, with the burnt offering on the altar. And he shall put them beside the altar. And he shall put off at his garments, and put on other garments, and carry forth at the ashes without the camp unto a clean place. And the fire upon the altar shall be burning in it. It shall not be put out. And the priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and lay the burnt offering in order upon it. And he shall burn thereon the fat of the peace offerings. The fire shall ever be burning upon the altar. It shall never go out. And this is the Torah of the meat offering. The sons of Aharon shall offer it before Yahuwah, before the altar. And he shall take of it his handful of the flour of the meat offering, and of the oil thereof, and at all the frankincense which is upon the meat offering, and shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor, even the memorial of it, unto Yahuwah. And the remainder thereof, shall Aharon and his sons eat. With matzah shall it be eaten in the holy place. In the court of the tabernacle of the assembly they shall eat it. It shall not be baken with leaven. I have given it unto them for their portion of my offerings made by fire. It is most holy, as is the sin offering, and as the trespass offering. All the males among the children of Aharon shall eat of it. It shall be a statute forever in your generations concerning the offerings of Yahuwah made by fire. Everyone that touches them shall be holy. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, This is the offering of Aharon and of his sons, which they shall offer unto Yahuwah in the day when he is anointed. The 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a meat offering, perpetual, half of it in the morning, and half thereof at night. In a pan it shall be made with oil, and when it is baken, ye shall bring it in, and the baken pieces of the meat offering shall you offer for a sweet savor unto Yahuwah. And the priest of his sons that is anointed in his stead shall offer it. It is a statute forever unto Yahuwah. It shall be wholly burnt. For every meat offering for the priest shall be wholly burnt. It shall not be eaten. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto Aharon and to his sons, saying, This is the Torah of the sin offering. In the place where the burnt offering is killed, shall the sin offering be killed before Yahuwah. It is most holy. The priest that offers it for sin shall eat it. In the holy place shall it be eaten, in the court of the tabernacle of the assembly. Whatsoever shall touch the flesh thereof shall be holy. And when there is sprinkled of the blood thereof upon any garment, you shall wash that whereon it was sprinkled in the holy place. But the earthen vessel wherein it is sodden shall be broken. And if it be sodden in a brazen pot, it shall be both scoured, and rinsed in water. All the males among the priests shall eat thereof. It is most holy. And no sin offering, whereof any of the blood is brought into the tabernacle of the assembly to reconcile withal in the holy place, shall be eaten. It shall be burnt in the fire. Ve'ikra, Leviticus 7. Likewise, this is the Torah of the trespass offering. It is most holy. In the place where they kill at the burnt offering, shall they kill at the trespass offering. And at the blood thereof shall he sprinkle round about upon the altar. And he shall offer of it at all the fat thereof, at the rump, and at the fat that covers at the inwards, and at the 2 kidneys, and at the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and at the caul that is above the liver, with the kidneys. It shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar for an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah. It is a trespass offering. Every male among the priests shall eat thereof. It shall be eaten in the holy place. It is most holy. As the sin offering is, so is the trespass offering. There is one Torah for them. The priest that makes atonement therewith shall have it. And the priest that offers at any man's burnt offering, even the priest shall have to himself the skin of the burnt offering, which he has offered. And all the meat offering that is baken in the oven, and all that is dressed in the frying pan, and in the pan, shall be the priest's that offers it. And every meat offering mingled with oil and dry shall all the sons of Aharon have, one as much as another. And this is the Torah of the sacrifice of peace offerings, which he shall offer unto Yahuwah. If he offer it for a thanksgiving, then he shall offer with the sacrifice of thanksgiving matzah cakes mingled with oil, and matzah wafers anointed with oil, and cakes mingled with oil of fine flour, fried. Besides the cakes, he shall offer for his offering chametz,
with the sacrifice of thanksgiving of his peace offerings. And of it he shall offer one out of the whole oblation for a heave offering unto Yahuwah. And it shall be the priest's that sprinkles at the blood of the peace offerings. And the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offerings for thanksgiving shall be eaten the same day that it is offered. He shall not leave any of it until the morning. But if the sacrifice of his offering be a vow or a voluntary offering, it shall be eaten the same day that he offers at his sacrifice. And on the morrow also the remainder of it shall be eaten. But the remainder of the flesh of the sacrifice on the third day shall be burnt with fire. And if any of the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offerings be eaten at all on the third day, it shall not be accepted, neither shall it be imputed unto him that offers it. It shall be an abomination, and the soul that eats of it shall bear his iniquity. And the flesh that touches any unclean thing shall not be eaten. It shall be burnt with fire. And as for the flesh, all that be clean shall eat thereof. But the soul that eats of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offerings that pertain unto Yahuwah, having his uncleanness upon him, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, the soul that shall touch any unclean thing, as the uncleanness of man, or any unclean beast, or any abominable unclean thing, and eat of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offerings, which pertain unto Yahuwah, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, saying, Ye shall eat no manner of fat, of ox or sheep, or of goat, and the fat of the beast that dies of itself, and the fat of that which is torn with beasts, may be used in any other use, but ye shall in no wise eat of it. For whosoever eats the fat of the beast, of which men offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah, even the soul that eats it shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, ye shall eat no manner of blood, whether it be of fowl or of beast, in any of your dwellings. Whatsoever soul it be that eats any manner of blood, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, saying, He that offers at the sacrifice of his peace offerings unto Yahuwah shall bring at his oblation unto Yahuwah of the sacrifice of his peace offerings. His own hands shall bring at the offerings of Yahuwah made by fire, at the fat with the breast, it shall he bring, at that the breast may be waved for a wave offering before Yahuwah. And the priest shall burn at the fat upon the altar. But The breast shall be Aharon's and his sons. And at the right shoulder shall ye give unto the priest for a heave offering of the sacrifices of your peace offerings. He among the sons of Aharon that offers at the blood of the peace offerings, and at the fat, shall have the right shoulder for his part. For at the wave breast and at the heave shoulder have I taken of the children of Yashara'el from off the sacrifices of their peace offerings, and have given them unto Aharon the priest, and unto his sons by a statute forever, from among the children of Yashara'el. This is the portion of the anointing of Aharon, and of the anointing of his sons, out of the offerings of Yahuwah made by fire, in the day when he presented them to minister unto Yahuwah in the priest's office, which Yahuwah commanded to be given them of the children of Yashara'el, in the day that he anointed them, by a statute forever, throughout their generations. This is the Torah of the burnt offering, of the meat offering, and of the sin offering, and of the trespass offering, and of the consecrations, and of the sacrifice of the peace offerings, which Yahuwah commanded at Moshe in Mount Sinai, in the day that he commanded at the children of Yashara'el to offer their oblations unto Yahuwah in the wilderness of Sinai. Vayikra, Leviticus 8. And Yahuwah spoke unto El Moshe, saying, Take at Aharon, and at his sons with him, and at the garments, and at the anointing oil, and at a bullock for the sin offering, and at 2 rams, and at a basket of matzah, and gather at all the assembly together unto the door of the tabernacle of the assembly. And Moshe did as Yahuwah commanded him. And the assembly was gathered together unto the door of the tabernacle of the assembly. And Moshe said unto the assembly, This is the thing which Yahuwah commanded to be done. And Moshe brought at Aharon and at his sons, and washed them with water. And he put upon him at the coat, and girded him with the belt, and clothed him with the robe, and put at the ephod upon him. And he girded him with the belt of the ephod, and bound it unto him therewith. And he put the at breastplate upon him. Also he put in the breastplate at the Urim and at the Tumim. And he put at the turban upon his head. Also upon the turban, even upon his forefront, did he put at the golden plate, the holy crown, as Yahuwah commanded at Moshe. And Moshe took at the anointing oil, and anointed at the tabernacle,
and at all that was therein, and sanctified them. And he sprinkled thereof upon the altar 7 times, and anointed at the altar, and at all his vessels, both at the laver and at his foot, to sanctify them. And he poured of the anointing oil upon Aharon's head, and anointed him, to sanctify him. And Moshe brought at Aharon's sons, and put coats upon them, and girded them with belts, and put bonnets upon them, as Yahuwah commanded at Moshe. And he brought at the bullock for the sin offering, and Aharon and his sons laid at their hands upon the head of the bullock for the sin offering. And he slew it, and Moshe took at the blood, and put it upon the horns of the altar round about with his finger, and purified at the altar, and poured at the blood at the bottom of the altar, and sanctified it, to make reconciliation upon it. And he took at all the fat that was upon the inwards, and at the caul above the liver, and at the 2 kidneys, and at their fat, and Moshe burned it upon the altar. But at the bullock, and at his hide, at his flesh, and at his dung, he burnt with fire, without the camp, as Yahuwah commanded at Moshe. And he brought at the ram for the burnt offering. And Aharon and his sons laid at their hands upon the head of the ram. And he killed it. And Moshe sprinkled at the blood upon the altar round about. And he cut at the ram into pieces. And Moshe burnt at the head, and at the pieces, and at the fat. And he washed at the inwards, and at the legs in water. And Moshe burnt at the whole ram upon the altar. It was a burnt sacrifice for a sweet savor, and an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah, as Yahuwah commanded at Moshe. And he brought at the other ram, the ram of consecration. And Aharon and his sons laid at their hands upon the head of the ram, and he slew it. And Moshe took of the blood of it, and put it upon the tip of Aharon's right ear, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot. And he brought at Aharon's sons, and Moshe put of the blood upon the tip of their right ear, and upon the thumbs of their right hands, and upon the great toes of their right feet. And Moshe sprinkled at the blood upon the altar round about. And he took at the fat, and at the rump, and at all the fat that was upon the inwards, and at the caul above the liver, and at the 2 kidneys, and at their fat, and at the right shoulder, and out of the basket of matzah that was before Yahuwah, he took one matzah cake and a cake of oiled bread and one wafer, and put them on the fat and upon the right shoulder. And he put it all upon Aharon's hands and upon his son's hands, and waved them for a wave offering before Yahuwah. And Moshe took them from off of their hands and burnt them on the altar upon the burnt offering. They were consecrations for a sweet savor. It is an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah. And Moshe took at the breast and waved it for a wave offering before Yahuwah. For of the ram of consecration, it was Moshe's part, as Yahuwah commanded at Moshe. And Moshe took of the anointing oil and of the blood which was upon the altar, and sprinkled it upon at Aharon, and at his garments, and upon his sons, and upon at his sons' garments with him, and sanctified Aharon and his garments, and his sons' garments with him. And Moshe said unto Aharon and to his sons, boil at the flesh at the door of the tabernacle of the assembly, and there eat it with the bread that is in the basket of consecrations, as I commanded, saying, Aharon and his sons shall eat it. And that which remains of the flesh and of the bread shall ye burn with fire. And ye shall not go out of the door of the tabernacle of the assembly in 7 days, until the days of your consecration be at an end. For 7 days shall he consecrate you.
Go outside and smoke.
As he has done this day, so Yahuwah has commanded to do it, to make an atonement for you. Therefore shall ye abide at the door of the tabernacle of the assembly, day and night, 7 days, and guard at the watch of Yahuwah, that ye die not. For so I am commanded. So Aharon and his sons did at all things which Yahuwah commanded by the hand of Moshe.
Vayikra, Leviticus 9. And it came to pass on the 8th day that Moshe called Aharon and his sons, and the elders of Yahshadael. And he said unto Aharon, take a young calf for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering, without blemish, and offer them before Yahuwah. And unto the children of Yahshadael you shall speak, saying, take ye a kid of the goats for a sin offering, and a calf and a lamb, both of the first year, without blemish, for a burnt offering. Also a bullock and a ram for a peace offering, to sacrifice before Yahuwah, and a meat offering mingled with oil. For today Yahuwah will appear unto you. They brought at which Moshe commanded before the tabernacle of the assembly. And all the assembly drew near and stood before HalleluYAH. And Moshe said, This is the thing which HalleluYAH commanded that ye should do. And the glory of HalleluYAH shall appear unto you. And Moshe said unto Aharon, Go unto the altar and offer at your sin offering and at your burnt offering, and make an atonement for yourself and for the people, and offer at the offering of the people, and make an atonement for them, as HalleluYAH commanded. Aharon therefore went unto the altar, and slew at the calf of the sin offering, which was for himself. And the sons of Aharon brought at the blood unto him. And he dipped his finger in the blood, and put it upon the horns of the altar, and poured out at the blood at the bottom of the altar. But at the fat, and at the kidneys, and at the caul above the liver of the sin offering, he burnt upon the altar, as HalleluYAH commanded at Moshe. And at the flesh and at the hide he burnt with fire without the camp. And he slew at the burnt offering. And Aharon's sons presented unto him at the blood, which he sprinkled round about upon the altar. And they presented at the burnt offering unto him with the pieces thereof, and at the head he burnt them upon the altar. And he did wash at the inwards and at the legs, and burnt them upon the burnt offering on the altar. And he brought at the people's offering, and took at the goat, which was the sin offering for the people, and slew it, and offered it for sin as the first. And he brought at the burnt offering, and offered it according to the manner. And he brought at the meat offering, and took a handful thereof, and burnt it upon the altar, beside the burnt sacrifice of the morning. He slew also at the bullock and at the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings, which was for the people. And Aharon's sons presented unto him at the blood, which he sprinkled upon the altar round about, and at the fat of the bullock and of the ram, the rump, and that which covers the inwards, and the kidneys, and the caul above the liver. They put at the fat upon the breasts, and he burnt the fat upon the altar. And at the breasts and at the right shoulder Aharon waved for a wave offering before HalleluYAH, as Moshe commanded. And Aharon lifted up at his hand toward the people, and blessed them, and came down from offering of the sin offering, and the burnt offering, and peace offering.
Shabadu.
Moshe and Aharon went into
Shabadu,
the tabernacle of the assembly, and came out, and blessed at the people, and the glory of HalleluYAH appeared unto all the people. And there came a fire out from before HalleluYAH, and consumed upon the altar at the burnt offering and at the fat. And when all the people saw, they shouted, peace. Varikra, Leviticus 10. And Nadav and
Makes you
Avihu,
poop.
the sons of Aharon,
Fart.
took either of them his censer, and put fire
Me too,
therein,
Mama. Me too.
and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before HalleluYAH, which he commanded them not. And there went out fire from Yahuwah, and devoured them. And they died before Yahuwah.
Shabadu,
Then
Shabadu,
Moshe said
Shabadu.
unto El-Ahran, This is it that Yahuwah spoke, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified. And Ahran held his peace. And Moshe called Mishael and Elit Zaphan, sons of Uziel, the uncle of Aharon, and said unto them, Come near, carry your brethren from before the sanctuary out of the camp. So they went near and carried them in their coats out of the camp, as Moshe had said. And Moshe said unto El-Ahran, and unto El-Azar, and unto Ithamar, his sons, Uncover not your heads, neither rend your clothes, lest ye die, and lest wrath come upon all the people. But to let your brethren,
Shabadu, Shabadu,
the whole house of
Shabadu.
Yashara'el, bewail at the burning which Yahuwah has kindled. Ye shall not go out from the door of the tabernacle of the assembly, lest ye die. For the anointing oil of Yahuwah is upon you.
You want to
They
wash the
did
dishes for
according
$10?
to the word of Moshe.
No?
And Yahuwah spoke unto El-Ahran, saying, Do not drink wine nor strong drink, you nor your sons with you, when ye go into the tabernacle of the assembly, lest ye die. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, and that ye may put difference between holy and unholy, and between unclean and clean, and that ye may teach at the children of Yashara'el at all the statutes which Yahuwah has spoken unto them by the hand of Moshe. And Moshe spoke unto El-Haran and unto El-Azar and unto Ithamar, his sons that were left, Take at the meat offering that remains of the offerings of Yahuwah made by fire, and eat it without leaven beside the altar, for it is most holy. And ye shall eat it in the holy place, because it is your due, and your sons' due, of the sacrifices of Yahuwah made by fire. For so I am commanded. And at the wave breast, and at heave shoulder shall ye eat in a clean place, you and your sons, and your daughters with you, for they be your due, and your sons' due, which are given out of the sacrifices of peace offerings of the children of Yashara'el. The heave shoulder and the wave breast shall they bring with the offerings made by fire of the fat, to wave it for a wave offering before Yahuwah. And it shall be yours, and your sons with you, by a statute forever, as Yahuwah has commanded. And Moshe diligently sought at the goat of the sin offering, and behold, it was burnt. And he was angry with Eleazar and Ithamar, the sons of Aharon, which were let alive, saying, Wherefore have ye not eaten at the sin offering in the holy place, seeing it is most holy, and Elohim has given it you to bear at the iniquity of the assembly, to make atonement for them before Yahuwah? Behold, that the blood of it was not brought in within the holy place. Ye should indeed have eaten it in the holy place, as I commanded. And Aharon said unto Moshe, Behold, this day have they offered at their sin offering, and at the burnt offering before Yahuwah, and such things have befallen me. If I had eaten the sin offering today, should it have been accepted in the sight of Yahuwah? And when Moshe heard that, he was content. Vayikra, Leviticus 11. And Yahuwah spoke unto El Moshe and to El Aharon, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parts the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and chews the cud, among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof. As at the camel, because he chews the cud, but divides not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. And at the coney, because he chews the cud, but divides not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. And at the hare, because he chews the cud, but divides not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. And at the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he chews not the cud. He is unclean unto you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. These that shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever has fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have at their carcasses in abomination. Whatsoever has no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. And these are they which ye shall have in abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. At the eagle, and at the ossifrage, and at the osprey, and at the vulture, and at the kite after his kind, at every raven after his kind, and at the owl, and at the nighthawk, and at the cuckoo, and at the hawk after his kind, and at the little owl, and at the cormorant, and at the great owl, and the at swan, and at the pelican, and the at gear eagle, and the at stork, the heron after her kind, and at the lapwing, and at the bat. All fowls that creep, going upon all four, shall be an abomination unto you. Yet these may ye eat of every flying, creeping thing that goes upon all four, which have legs above their feet, to leap withal upon the earth. At even these of them ye may eat, at the locust after his kind, and at the bald locust after his kind, and at the beetle after his kind, and at the grasshopper after his kind. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever touches the carcass of them shall be unclean until the evening. And whosoever bears aught of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the evening. The carcasses of every beast which divides the hoof, and is not cloven-footed, nor chews the cud, are unclean unto you. Everyone that touches them shall be unclean. And whatsoever goes upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you. Whoso touches their carcass shall be unclean until the evening. And he that bears at the carcass of them shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the evening. They are unclean unto you. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth: the weasel, and the mouse, and the tortoise after his kind, and the ferret, and the chameleon, and the lizard, and the snail, and the mole. These are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever touches them when they be dead shall be unclean until the evening. And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, does fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be any vessel of wood, or raiment, or skin, or sack, whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it must be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the evening. So it shall be cleansed. And every earthen vessel whereinto any of them falls, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean, and ye shall break it. Of all meat which may be eaten, that on which such water comes shall be unclean. And all drink that may be drunk in every such vessel shall be unclean. And everything whereupon any part of their carcass falls shall be unclean. Whether it be oven or ranges for pots, they shall be broken down, for they are unclean, and shall be unclean unto you. Nevertheless, a fountain or pit wherein there is plenty of water shall be unclean. But that which touches their carcass shall be unclean. Rather, wherein there is plenty, nevertheless, back to 36, nevertheless a fountain or pit wherein there is plenty of water shall be clean. But that which touches their carcass shall be unclean. And if any of their carcass fall upon any sowing seed which is to be sown, it shall be clean. But if any water be put upon the seed, and any part of their carcass fall thereon, it shall be unclean unto you.
That water
And if any
will
beast of which ye may eat die,
Again?
he that touches the carcass
Sorry.
thereof shall be unclean
Shut it
until
off.
the evening.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And he that eats of the
Oopsie.
carcass of it shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the evening. He also that bears at the carcass of it shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the evening. And every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. Whatsoever goes upon the belly, and whatsoever goes upon all four, or whatsoever has more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination. Ye shall not make at yourselves abominable with any creeping thing that creeps, neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them, that ye should be defiled thereby. For I am Yahuwah Elohechem. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile at yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. For I am Yahuwah that brings you up out of the land of Mitzrayim to be your Elohim. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. This is the Torah of the beasts, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moves in the waters, and of every creature that creeps upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beasts that may be eaten and the beasts that may not be eaten. Vayikra, Leviticus 12. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, saying, If a woman have conceived seed, born a male child, then she shall be unclean 7 days, according to the days of the separation for her infirmity shall she be unclean. And in the 8th day the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised, and she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 30 days. She shall not touch no hallowed thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying be fulfilled. But if she bear a female child, then she shall be unclean 2 weeks, as in her separation. She shall continue in the blood of her purifying 66 days. And when the days of her purifying are fulfilled, for a son or for a daughter, she shall bring a lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, and a young pigeon or a turtle dove for a sin offering, unto the door of the tabernacle of the assembly, unto the priest, who shall offer it before Yahuwah, and make an atonement for her, and she shall be cleansed from the issue of her blood. This is the Torah for her that has borne a male or a female. And if she be not able to bring a lamb, then she shall bring 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons, the one for the burnt offering, and the other for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her, and she shall be clean. Vayikra, Leviticus 13. And Yahuwah spoke unto El Moshe and El Aharon, saying, When a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising, a scab, or bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought unto El Aharon the priest, or unto one of his sons the priests. And the priest shall look on at the plague in the skin of the flesh, and when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of his flesh, it is a plague of leprosy. And the priest shall look on him, and pronounce him unclean. If the bright spot be white in the skin of his flesh, and in sight be not deeper than the skin, and the hair thereof be not turned white, then the priest shall shut up him that has at the plague 7 days. And the priest shall look on him the 7th day. Behold, if the plague in his sight be at a stay, and the plague spread not in the skin, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days more. And the priest shall look on him again the 7th day, and behold, if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is but a scab. And he shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the scab spread much abroad in the skin, after that he has been seen of the priest for his cleansing, he shall be seen of the priest again. And if the priest see that, behold, the scab spreads in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a leprosy. When the plague of leprosy is in a man, then he shall be brought unto the priest. And the priest shall see him, and behold, if the rising be white in the skin, and it have turned the hair white, and there be quick raw flesh in the rising, it is an old leprosy in the skin of his flesh. And the priest shall pronounce him unclean, and shall not shut him up, for he is unclean. And if a leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover at all the skin of him that has the plague, from his head even to his foot, wheresoever the priest looks, then the priest shall consider. And behold, if the leprosy have covered at all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that has at the plague. It is all turned white. He is clean. But when raw flesh appears in him, he shall be unclean. And the priest shall see at the raw flesh, and pronounce him to be unclean. For the raw flesh is unclean. It is a leprosy. Or if the raw flesh turn again and be changed unto white, he shall come unto the priest. And the priest shall see him, and behold, if the plague be turned into white, then the priest shall pronounce him clean that has at the plague. He is clean. The flesh also, in which even in the skin thereof was a boil, and is healed, and in the place of the boil there be a white rising or a bright spot, white and somewhat reddish, and it be showed to the priest. And if, when the priest sees it, behold, it be in sight lower than the skin, and the hair thereof be turned white, the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague of leprosy, broken out of the boil. But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hairs therein, and if it be not lower than the skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days. And if it spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague. But if the bright spot stay in his place and spread not, it is a burning boil, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. Or if there be any flesh in the skin whereof there is a hot burning, and the quick flesh that burns have a white bright spot, somewhat reddish or white, then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, if the hair in the bright spot be turned white, and it be in sight deeper than the skin, it is a leprosy broken out of the burning, wherefore the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is the plague of leprosy. But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hair in the bright spot, and it be no lower than the other skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days. And the priest shall look upon him the 7th day. And if it be spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is the plague of leprosy. And if the bright spot stay in his place and spread not in the skin, but it be somewhat dark, it is a rising of the burning, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. For it is an inflammation of the burning. If a man or woman have a plague upon the head or the beard, then the priest shall see at the plague. And behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry scald, even a leprosy upon the head or beard. And if the priest look on at the plague of the skull, and behold, it be not in sight deeper than the skin, and that there is no black hair in it, then the priest shall shut up him that has at the plague of the skull 7 days. And in the 7th day the priest shall look on at the plague, And behold, if the skull spread not, and there be in it no yellow hair, and the skull be not in sight deeper than the skin, he shall be shaven.
Not going to buy anymore.
But at the skull shall he not shave. And the priest shall shut up him that has at the skull 7 days more. And in the 7th day the priest shall look on at the skull. Behold, if the skull be not spread in the skin, nor be in sight deeper than the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him clean, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the skull spread much in the skin after his cleansing, then the priest shall look on him. Behold, if the skull be spread in the skin, the priest shall not seek for yellow hair. He is unclean. But if the skull be in his sight at a stay, and that there is black hair grown up therein, the skull is healed, he is clean. And the priest shall pronounce him clean. If a man also or a woman have in the skin of their flesh bright spots, even white bright spots, then the priest shall look, and behold, if the bright spots in the skin of their flesh be darkish white, it is a freckled spot that grows in the skin. He is clean. And the man whose hair is fallen off his head, he is bald, yet he is clean. And he that has his hair fallen off from the part of his head toward his face, he is forehead bald, yet he is clean. And if there be in the bald head, or bald forehead, a white reddish sore, it is a leprosy sprung up in his bald head, or his bald forehead. Then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, if the rising of the sore be white reddish in his bald head, or in his bald forehead, as the leprosy appears in the skin of the flesh, he is a leprous man. He is unclean. The priest shall pronounce him utterly unclean. His plague is in his head. And the leper in whom the plague is, his clothes shall be rent, and his head bare. He shall put a covering upon his upper lip, and shall cry, Unclean, unclean. All the days wherein the plague shall be in him, he shall be defiled. He is unclean. He shall dwell alone. Without the camp shall his habitation be. The garment also that the plague of leprosy is in, whether it be a woolen garment or a linen garment, whether it be in the warp or woof of linen or of woman, whether in a skin or in anything made of skin. And if the plague be greenish or reddish in the garment or in the skin, either in the warp or in the woof, or in anything of skin, it is a plague of leprosy, and shall be showed unto the priest. And the priest shall look upon at the plague, and shut up it that has at the plague 7 days. And he shall look on at the plague on the 7th day. If the plague be spread in the garment, either in the warp or in the woof, or in a skin, or in any work that is made of skin, the plague is a fretting leprosy. It is unclean. He shall therefore burn at that garment, and rather at whether warp at or woof, in woolen or in linen, or at anything of skin, wherein the plague is, for it is a fretting leprosy, it shall be burnt in the fire. And if the priest shall look, and behold, the plague be not spread in the garment, either in the warp or in the woof, or in anything of skin, then the priest shall command that they wash at the thing wherein the plague is, and he shall shut it up 7 days more. And the priest shall look on at the plague after that it is washed. Behold, if the plague have not changed at his color, and the plague be not spread, it is unclean. You shall burn it in the fire. It is fret inward, whether it be bare within or without. And if the priest look, and behold, the plague be somewhat dark after the washing of it, then he shall rend it out of the garment, or out of the skin, or out of the warp, or out of the woof. And if it appear still in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything of the skin, it is a spreading plague. You shall burn at that wherein the plague is with fire. And the garment, whether warp or woof or whatsoever thing of skin it be, which you shall wash, if the plague be departed from them, then it shall be washed the second time, and shall be clean. This is the Torah of the plague of leprosy, in a garment of woolen or linen, either in the warp or woof or anything of skins, to pronounce it clean, or to pronounce it unclean. Vayikra, Leviticus 14. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, This shall be the Torah of the leper in the day of his cleansing. He shall be brought unto the priest. And the priest shall go forth out of the camp. And the priest shall look, behold, if the plague of leprosy be healed in the leper, then shall the priest command to take for him that is to be cleansed 2 birds alive and clean, and cedar wood, and scarlet, and hyssop. And the priest shall command that one of at the birds be killed in an earthen vessel over running water. As for at the living bird, he shall take it, and at the cedar wood, and at the scarlet, and at the hyssop, and shall dip them and the at living bird in the blood of the bird that was killed over the running water. And he shall sprinkle upon him that is to be cleansed from the leprosy 7 times, and shall pronounce him clean, and shall let at the living bird loose into the open field. And he that is to be cleansed shall wash at his clothes, and shave off at all his hair, and wash himself in water, that he may be clean. And after that he shall come into the camp, and shall tarry abroad out of his tent 7 days. But it shall be on the 7th day that he shall shave at all his hair off, at his head, and at his beard, and at his eyebrows, even at all his hair he shall shave off, and he shall wash at his clothes. Also he shall wash at his flesh in water, and he shall be clean. And on the 8th day he shall take 2 he-lambs without blemish, and 1 ewe lamb of the first year without blemish, and 3/10 deals of fine flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil, and 1 log of oil. And the priest that makes him clean shall present at the man that is to be made clean, and those things before Yahuwah at the door of the tabernacle of the assembly. And the priest shall take at 1 he-lamb, and offer him for a trespass offering, and at the log of oil, and wave them for a wave offering before Yahuwah. And he shall slay at the lamb in the place where he shall kill at the sin offering, and at the burnt offering in the holy place. For as the sin offering is the priest's, so is the trespass offering. It is most holy. And the priest shall take some of the blood of the trespass offering, and the priest shall put it upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand.
and upon the great toe of his right foot. And the priest shall take some of the log of oil and pour it into the palm of his own left hand. And the priest shall dip at his right finger in the oil that is in his left hand, and shall sprinkle of the oil with his finger 7 times before Yahuwah. And of the rest of the oil that is in his hand shall the priest put upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot, upon the blood of the trespass offering, and the remnant of the oil that is in the priest's hand he shall pour upon the head of him that is to be cleansed. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before Yahuwah. And the priest shall offer at the sin offering and make an atonement for him that is to be cleansed from his uncleanness. And afterward he shall kill at the burnt offering. And the priest shall offer at the burnt offering and at the meat offering upon the altar. And the priest shall make an atonement for him, and he shall be clean. And if he be poor and cannot get so much, then he shall take 1 lamb for a trespass offering to be waved, to make an atonement for him, and 1/10 deal of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering, and a log of oil, and 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, such as he is able to get, and the one shall be a sin offering, and the other a burnt offering. And he shall bring them on the 8th day for his cleansing unto the priest, unto the door of the tabernacle of the assembly before Yahuwah. And the priest shall take at the lamb of the trespass offering, and at the log of oil, and the priest shall wave them for a wave offering before Yahuwah. And he shall kill at the lamb of the trespass offering, and the priest shall take some of the blood of the trespass offering, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot. And the priest shall pour of the oil into the palm of his own left hand. And the priest shall sprinkle with his right finger some of the oil that is in his left hand 7 times before Yahuwah. And the priest shall put of the oil that is in his hand upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot, upon the place of the blood of the trespass offering. And the rest of the oil that is in the priest's hand he shall put upon the head of him that is to be cleansed, to make an atonement for him before Yahuwah. And he shall offer the one of at the turtle doves, or of the young pigeons, such as he can get, even at such as he is able to get, at the one for a sin offering, and at the other for a burnt offering, with the meat offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him that is to be cleansed before Yahuwah. This is the Torah of him in whom
is the plague of leprosy, whose hand is not able to get that which pertains to his cleansing. And Yahuwah spoke unto El Moshe and unto El Aharon, saying, when ye are come into the land of Canaan, which I give to you for a possession, and I put the plague of leprosy in a house of the land of your possession, and he that owns the house shall come and tell the priest, saying, it seems to me there is, as it were, a plague in the house. Then the priest shall command that they empty at the house before the priest go into it to see at the plague, that all that is in the house be not made unclean. And afterward the priest shall go in to see at the house. And he shall look on at the plague, and behold, if the plague be in the walls of the house with hollow strakes, greenish or reddish, which in sight are lower than the wall, then the priest shall go out of the house to the door of the house, and shut up at the house 7 days. And the priest shall come again the 7th day, and shall look, and behold, if the plague be spread in the walls of the house. Then the priest shall command that they take away at the stones in which the plague is, and they shall cast them into an unclean place without the city. And that he shall cause the house to be scraped within round about, and they shall pour out at the dust that they scrape off without the city into an unclean place. And they shall take other stones and put them in the place of those stones, and he shall take other mortar and shall plaster at the house. And if the plague come again and break out in the house, after that he has taken away at the stones, and after he has scraped at the house, and after it is plastered, then the priest shall come and look, and behold, if the plague be spread in the house, it is a fretting leprosy in the house. It is unclean. And he shall break down at the house, at the stones of it, and at the timber thereof, and at all the mortar of the house, and he shall carry them forth out of the city into an unclean place. Moreover, he that goes into the house all the while that it is shut up shall be unclean until the evening. And he that lies in the house shall wash at his clothes, and he that eats in the house shall wash at his clothes. And if the priest shall come in and look upon it, and behold, the plague is not spread in the house, after at the house was plastered, then the priest shall pronounce at the house clean, because the plague is healed. And he shall take to cleanse at the house 2 birds, and cedar wood, and scarlet, and hyssop. And he shall kill at the one of the birds in an earthen vessel over running water. And he shall take at the cedar wood, and at the hyssop, and at the scarlet, and at the living bird, dip them in the blood of the slain bird, and in the running water, and sprinkle the house 7 times. And he shall cleanse at the house with the blood of the bird, and with the running water, and with the living bird, and with the cedar wood, and with the hyssop, and with the scarlet. But he shall let go at the living bird out of the city into the open fields, and make an atonement for the house, and it shall be clean. This is the Torah for all manner of plague of leprosy and scald, and for the leprosy of a garment and of a house, and for a rising, and for a scab, and for a bright spot, to teach when it is unclean and when it is clean, This is the Torah of leprosy. Vayikra, Leviticus 15. And Yahuwah spoke unto El Moshe and to El Aharon, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, and say unto them, when any man has a running issue out of his flesh because of his issue,
Friday
he
then.
is
It's
unclean.
Saturday, Sunday. What?
And this shall be his uncleanness in his issue. Whether his flesh run with his issue, or his flesh be stopped from his issue, it is his uncleanness. Every bed whereon he lies that has the issue is unclean, and everything whereon he sits shall be unclean. And whosoever touches his bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And he
Friday
that sits on
then.
anything whereon he sat that has the issue shall wash his clothes
Saturday, Sunday. What?
and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And he that touches the flesh of him that has the issue shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And if he that has the issue spit upon him that is clean, then he shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And what saddle soever he rides upon that has the issue shall be unclean. And whosoever touches anything that was under him shall be unclean until the evening. And he that bears any of those things shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And whomsoever he touches that has the issue, and has not rinsed his hands in water, he shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And the vessel of earth that he touches, which has the issue, shall be broken, and every vessel of wood shall be rinsed
Moving to the
in
Philippines, ready to be
water.
with my soulmate.
And when he that has an issue is cleansed of his issue, then he shall number to himself 7 days for
Very
his
blessed.
cleansing, and wash his
Reaping what I sown,
clothes,
it's hard
and
work.
bathe his flesh in running water, and shall be clean. And on the 8th day he shall take to him 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, and come before Yahuwah unto the door of the tabernacle of the assembly, and give them unto the priest, and the priest shall offer them, the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before Yahuwah for his issue. And if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash at all his flesh in water, and be unclean until the evening. And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation shall be washed with water, and be unclean until the evening. The woman also with whom man shall lie with seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water, and be unclean until the evening. And if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days, and whosoever touches her shall be unclean until the evening. And everything that she lies upon in her separation shall be unclean. Everything also that she sits upon shall be unclean. And whosoever touches her bed shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And whosoever touches anything that she sat upon shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And if it be on her bed or on anything whereon she sits, when he touches it, he shall be unclean until the evening. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days. And all the bed whereon he lies shall be unclean. And if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, or if it run beyond the time of her separation, all the days of the issue of her uncleanness shall be as the days of her separation. She shall be unclean. Every bed whereon she lies, all the days of her issue shall be unto her as the bed of her separation. And whatsoever she sits upon shall be unclean, as the uncleanness of her separation. And whosoever touches those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. But if she be cleansed of her issue, then she shall number to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And on the 8th day she shall take unto her 2 turtles, or 2 young pigeons, and bring them unto the priest, to the door of the tabernacle of the assembly. And the priest shall offer at the one for a sin offering, and at the other for a burnt offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for her before Yahuwah for the issue of her uncleanness. Thus shall ye separate at the children of Yashara'el from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness, when they defile at my tabernacle that is among them. This is the Torah of him that has an issue, and of him whose seed goes from him, and is defiled therewith, and of her that is sick of her flowers, and of him that has at an issue, of the man, and of the woman, and of him that lies with her that is unclean. Vayikra, Leviticus 16. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe after the death of the 2 sons of Aharon, when they offered before Yahuwah and died. And Yahuwah said unto El Moshe, Speak unto El Aharon your brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place within the veil before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he die not. For I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. Thus shall Aharon come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the holy linen coat, and he shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh, and shall be girded with a linen belt. And with the linen turban shall he be attired. These are holy garments. Therefore shall he wash at his flesh in water, and so put them on. And he shall take of the assembly of the children of Yashara'el 2 kids of the goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for a burnt offering. And Aharon shall offer at his bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house. And he shall take at the 2 goats and present them before Yahuwah at the door of the tabernacle of the assembly. And Aharon shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, 1 lot for Yahuwah, and the other lot for Azazel. And Aharon shall bring at the goat upon which Yahuwah's lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering.
But the goat on which the lot fell to be for Azazel shall be presented alive before Yahuwah to make an atonement with him, and to let him go for Azazel into the wilderness. And Aharon shall bring at the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and shall make an atonement for himself and for his house, and shall kill at the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself. And he shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire from off the altar before Yahuwah, and his hands full of sweet incense beaten small, and bring it within the veil. And he shall put at the incense upon the fire before Yahuwah, that the cloud of the incense may cover at the mercy seat that is upon the testimony, that he die not. And he shall take of the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward, and before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle of the blood with his finger 7 times. Then shall he kill at the goat of the sin offering, that is for the people, and bring at his blood within the veil, and do with at that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat, and before the mercy seat. And he shall make an atonement for the holy place, because of the uncleanness of the children of Yashara'el, because of their transgressions in all their sins. And so shall he do for the tabernacle of the assembly, that remains among them in the midst of their uncleanness. And there shall be no man in the tabernacle of the assembly when he goes in to make an atonement in the holy place until he come out, and have made an atonement for himself and for his household, and for all the assembly of Yashara'el. And he shall go out unto the altar that is before Yahuwah, and make an atonement for it, and shall take of the blood of the bullock, and of the blood of the goat, and put it upon the horns of the altar round about. And he shall sprinkle of the blood upon it with his finger 7 times, and cleanse it, and hallow it from the uncleanness of the children of Yashara'el. And when he has made an end of reconciling at the holy place, and at the tabernacle of the assembly, and at the altar, he shall bring at the live goat. And Aharon shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat, and confess over him at all the iniquities of the children of Yashara'el, and at all their transgressions in all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat. And shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness. And the goat shall bear upon him at all their iniquities unto a land not inhabited. And he shall let go at the goat in the wilderness. And Aharon shall come into the tabernacle of the assembly, and shall put off at the linen garments which he put on when he went into the holy place, and shall leave them there. And he shall wash at his flesh with water in the holy place, and put on at his garments, and come forth, and offer at his burnt offering, and at the burnt offering of the people, and make an atonement for himself and for the people. And at the fat of the sin offering shall he burn upon the altar. And he that let go at the goat for Azazel shall wash his clothes, and bathe at his flesh in water, and afterward come into the camp. And at the bullock for the sin offering, and at the goat for the sin offering, and at whose blood was brought in to make an atonement in the holy place, shall one carry forth without the camp. And they shall burn in the fire at their skins, and at their flesh, and at their dung.
he that burns them shall wash his clothes, and bathe at his flesh in water, and afterward he shall come into the camp. And this shall be a statute forever unto you, that in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, ye shall afflict at your souls, and do no work at all, whether it be one of your own country, or a stranger that sojourns among you. For on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you, to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before Yahuwah. It shall be a Shabbat of rest unto you, and ye shall afflict at your souls by a statute forever. And the priest whom he shall anoint, and whom he shall consecrate to minister in the priest's office in his father's stead, shall make the atonement, and shall put on at the linen clothes, even the holy garments. And he shall make an atonement for at the holy sanctuary, and he shall make an atonement for at the tabernacle of the assembly, and for at the altar, and he shall make an atonement for the priests, and for all the people of the assembly. And this shall be an everlasting statute unto you, to make an atonement for the children of Yashara'el, for all their sins once a year. And he did as Yahuwah commanded at Moshe. Vayikra, Leviticus 17. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto El-Aharon and unto his sons, and unto all the children of Yashara'el, and say unto them, This is the thing which Yahuwah has commanded, saying, What man soever there be of the house of Yashara'el that kills an ox or lamb or goat in the camp, or that kills it out of the camp, and brings it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the assembly, to offer an offering unto Yahuwah before the tabernacle of Yahuwah, blood shall be imputed unto that man. He has shed blood. That man shall be cut off from among his people, to the end that the children of Yashara'el may bring their sacrifices, which they offer in the open field, even that they may bring them unto Yahuwah, unto the door of the tabernacle of the assembly, unto the priest, and offer them for peace offerings unto Yahuwah. And the priest shall sprinkle at the blood upon the altar of Yahuwah, at the door of the tabernacle of the assembly, and burn the fat for a sweet savor unto Yahuwah. And they shall no more offer at their sacrifices unto devils, after whom they have gone a whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations. And you shall say unto them, Whatsoever man there be of the house of Yashara'el, or of the strangers which sojourn among you, that offers a burnt offering or sacrifice, and brings it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the assembly, to offer it unto Yahuwah, even that man shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Yashara'el, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eats any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eats at the blood, and will cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that makes an atonement for the soul. Therefore I said unto the children of Yashara'el, No soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that sojourns among you eat blood. And whatsoever man there be of the children of Yashara'el, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, which hunts and catches any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out at the blood thereof, and cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh, the blood of it is for the life thereof. And therefore I said unto the children of Yashara'el, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh, for the life of all flesh is the blood thereof. Whosoever eats it shall be cut off. And every soul that eats that which died of itself, or that which was torn with beasts, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger, he shall both wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. Then shall he be clean. But if he wash them not, nor bathe his flesh, then he shall bear his iniquity. Vayikra Leviticus 18. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, speak unto the children of Yashara'el, and say unto them, I am Yahuwah Elohechem, after the doings of the land of Mitzrayim, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Ye shall do at my judgments, and guard at my ordinances, to walk therein. I am Yahuwah Elohechem. Ye shall therefore guard at my statutes and at my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am Yahuwah. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him, to uncover their nakedness. I am Yahuwah. The nakedness of your father, or the nakedness of your mother, shall you not uncover. She is your mother. You shall not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of your father's woman shall you not uncover. It is your father's nakedness. The nakedness of your sister, the daughter of your father, or daughter of your mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness you shall not uncover. The nakedness of your son's daughter, or of your daughter's daughter, even their nakedness you shall not uncover. For theirs is your own nakedness. The nakedness of your father's woman's daughter, begotten of your father, she is your sister. You shall not uncover her nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's sister. She is your father's near kinswoman. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister. She is your mother's near kinswoman. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's brother. You shall not approach to his woman. She is your aunt. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your daughter-in-law. She is your son's woman. You shall not uncover her nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your brother's woman. It is your brother's nakedness. You shall not uncover at the nakedness of a woman and at her daughter. Neither shall you take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinswomen. It is wickedness. Neither shall you take a woman to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness, beside the other in her lifetime. Also you shall not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. Moreover, you shall not lie carnally with your neighbor's woman, to defile yourself with her. And you shall not let any of your seed pass through the fire to Molech. Neither shall you profane at the name of your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. You shall not lie at with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Neither shall you lie with any beast to defile yourself, rather defile yourself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion.
You wouldn't have sex with a dog, would you?
Defile not yourselves.
It's against the Torah.
Rather defile not ye yourselves in any of these things. For in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. And the land is defiled. Therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it. The land itself vomits out at her inhabitants. Ye shall therefore guard at my statutes and at my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourns among you. For at all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled, that the land spew not you out also, when ye defile it, as it spewed out at the nations that were before you. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them, shall be cut off from among their people. Therefore shall ye guard at my ordinance, that ye commit not any of these abominable customs which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am Yahuwah, Elohim. Vayikra, Leviticus 19. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto all the assembly of the children of Yashara'el, and say unto them, Ye shall be holy, for I, Yahuwah, Elohim, am holy. Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and guard at my Shabbatot. I am Yahuwah, Elohim. Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourselves molten Elohim. I am Yahuwah, Elohim. And if ye offer a sacrifice of peace offerings unto Yahuwah, ye shall offer it at your own will. It shall be eaten the same day ye offer it, and on the morrow. And if aught remain until the third day, it shall be burnt in the fire. And if it be eaten at all on the third day, it is abominable. It shall not be accepted. Tell therefore everyone that eats it, therefore everyone that eats it shall bear his iniquity, because he has profaned at the hallowed thing of Yahuwah, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people. And when ye reap at the harvest of your land, you shall not wholly reap the corners of your field, either shall you gather the gleanings of your harvest. And ye shall not glean your vineyard, neither shall you gather every grape of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor, and stranger. I am
Ready for bed.
HalleluYAH.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another. And ye shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shall you profane at the name of your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. You shall not defraud at your neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with you all night until the morning. You shall not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shall fear your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. You shall not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness shall you judge your neighbor. You shall not go up and down as a talebearer among your people, neither shall you stand against the blood of your neighbor. I am Yahuwah. You shall not hate at your brother in your heart. You shall in any wise rebuke at your neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. You shall not avenge, nor bear any grudge against at the children of your people. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahuwah. You shall guard at my statutes. You shall not let your cattle gender with a diverse kind. You shall not sow your field with mingled seed, neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon you. And whosoever lies carnally with at a woman, that is a bondmaid, betrothed to a man, and not at all redeemed, nor freedom given her. She shall be scourged. They shall not be put to death, because she was not free. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto Yahuwah, unto the door of the tabernacle of the assembly, even a ram for a trespass offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering before Yahuwah for his sin which he has done. And the sin which he has done shall be forgiven him. And when ye shall come into the land, and shall have planted all manner of trees for food, then ye shall count at the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. 3 years shall it be as uncircumcised unto you. It shall not be eaten of. But in the 4th year, all the fruit thereof shall be holy, to praise Yahuwah withal. And in the 5th year shall ye eat of at the fruit thereof, that it may yield unto you the increase thereof. I am Yahuwah Elohim. Ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor practice sorcery. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall you mar at the corners of your beard. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Yahuwah. Do not prostitute at your daughter, to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. Ye shall guard at my Shabbathot, and reverence my sanctuary. I am Yahuwah. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am Yahuwah Elohim. You shall rise up before the gray head and honor the face of the old man and fear your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. And if a stranger sojourn with you in your land, ye shall not vex him, but the stranger that dwells with you shall be unto you as one born among you, and you shall love him as yourself. For ye were strangers in the land of Mitzrayim. I am Yahuwah Elohim. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, in meat yard, in weight, or in measure. Just balances, just weights, a just ephah, and a just hin shall
Going
ye
to
have.
sleep. Oh,
I am
alright, I gotta get to that. Hold on.
Elohim, which brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim.
Friday then.
Therefore
Saturday,
shall ye
Sunday,
guard
Lord.
at all my statutes and at all my judgments and do them. I am
Okay.
Yahuwah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Good night.
Good night, honey.
Thanks, honey.
Vayikwa. Leviticus 20. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Again, you shall say to the children of Yashara'el, whosoever he be of the children of Yashara'el, or of the strangers that sojourn in Yashara'el, that gives any of his seed unto Molech, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. And I will set at my face against that man, and will cut him off from among his people. Because he has given up his seed unto Molech, to defile at my sanctuary, and to profane at my holy name. And if the people of the land do any ways hide at their eyes from the man, when he gives of his seed unto Molech, and kill him not, then I will set at my face against that man, and against his family, and will cut him off, and at all that go a whoring after him, to commit whoredom with Molech from among their people. And the soul that turns after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, to go a whoring after them, I will even set at my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. Sanctify yourselves, therefore, and be ye holy, for I am Yahuwah Elohim. And ye shall guard at my statutes and do them. I am Yahuwah Mekodishkem. For everyone that curses at his father or at his mother shall be surely put to death. He has cursed his father or his mother. His blood shall be upon him. And the man that breaks wedlock with at another man's woman, even he that breaks wedlock with at his neighbor's woman, the man and the woman that breaks wedlock shall surely be put to death. And the man that lies with at his father's woman has uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And if a man lie with at his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have wrought confusion their blood shall be upon them. If a man also lie at with mankind, as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And if a man take at a woman and at her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you. And if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death. And that ye shall slay the beast. And if a woman approach unto any beast, and lie down thereto, you shall kill at the woman and at the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And if a man shall take at his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and see at her nakedness, and she see at his nakedness, it is a wicked thing. They shall be cut off in the sight of their people. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness. He shall bear his iniquity. And if a man shall lie at with a woman having her sickness, and shall uncover at her nakedness, he has discovered her fountain, and she has uncovered at the fountain of her blood. And both of them shall be cut off from among their people. And if you shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister, nor of your father's sister, rather, and you shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister, nor of your father's sister, for he uncovers at his near kin, and they shall bear their iniquity. And if a man shall lie with his uncle's woman, he has uncovered at his uncle's nakedness, they shall bear their sin. They shall die childless. And if a woman shall take at his brother's woman, it is an unclean thing. He has uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall be childless. Ye shall therefore guard at all my statutes, and at all my judgments, and do them, that the land whither I bring you to dwell therein spew you not out. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you. For they committed at all these things, and therefore I abhorred them. But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit at their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that flows with milk and honey. I am Yahuwah Elohim, which have separated you from other people. Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean, and between unclean fowls and clean. And ye shall not make at your souls abominable by beast, or by fowl, or by any manner of living thing that creeps on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I am Yahuwah. Rather, for I, Yahuwah, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine. A man also, or a woman that has a familiar spirit, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them. Ve'ikra, Leviticus 21. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, speak unto the priests, the son of Aharon, and say unto them, there shall none be defiled for the dead among his people, but for his kin that is near unto him, that is, for his mother and for his father, and for his son and for his daughter and for his brother, and for his sister a virgin that is nigh unto him, which has had no man. For her may he be defiled. But he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. They shall be holy unto their Elohim, and not profane the name of their Elohim. For at the offerings of Yahuwah made by fire, and the bread of their Elohim they do offer, therefore they shall be holy. They shall not take a woman that is a whore, or profane, neither shall they take a woman put away from her man, for he is holy unto his Elohim. You shall sanctify him therefore, for he offers at the bread of your Elohim. He shall be holy unto you. For I, Yahuwah, will sanctify you, rather, which sanctify you, am holy. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profanes at her father, she shall be burnt with fire. And he that is the high priest among his brethren, upon whose head the anointing oil was poured, that is consecrated to put on at the garments, shall not uncover at his head, nor rend his clothes, neither shall he go into any dead body, nor defile himself for his father or for his mother. Neither shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane at the sanctuary of his Elohim. For the crown of the anointing oil of his Elohim is upon him. I am Yahuwah. And he shall take a woman in her virginity, a widow or divorced woman, or profane, or a harlot. These shall he not take, but he shall take at a virgin of his own people to be his woman. Neither shall he profane his seed among his people, for I, Yahuwah, do sanctify him. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto El-Aharon, saying, Whosoever he be of your seed in their generations that has any blemish, let him not approach to offer the bread of his Elohim. For whatsoever man he be that has a blemish, he shall not be approached. A blind man, or lame, or he that has a flat nose, or anything superfluous, or a man that is broken-footed, or broken-handed, or crook-backed, or a dwarf, or that has a blemish in his eye, or be scurvy, or scabbed, or has his stones broken. No man that has a blemish of the seed of Aharon, the priest, shall come nigh to offer the offerings of Yahuwah, made by fire. He has a blemish. He shall not come nigh to offer at the bread of his Elohim. He shall eat the bread of his Elohim, both of the most holy and of the holy. Only he shall not go in unto the veil, nor come nigh unto the altar, because he has a blemish, that he profane not at my sanctuaries. For I, Yahuwah, do sanctify them. And Moshe told it unto El-Aharon, and to his sons, and unto all the children of Yashara'el. Ve'ikra, Leviticus 22. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto Aharon and to his sons, that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Yashara'el, and that they profane not at my holy name those things which they hallow unto me. I am Yahuwah. Say unto them, whosoever he be of all your seed among your generations, that goes unto the holy things, which the children of Yashara'el hallow unto Yahuwah, having his uncleanness upon him, that soul shall be cut off from my presence. I am Yahuwah. What man soever of the seed of Ahran is a leper, or has a running issue, he shall not eat of the holy things until he be clean. And whoso touches anything that is unclean by the dead, or a man whose seed goes from him, or whosoever touches any creeping thing whereby he may be made unclean, or a man of whom he may take uncleanness, whatsoever uncleanness he has, the soul which has touched any such shall be unclean until evening, and shall not eat of the holy things, unless he wash his flesh with water. And when the sun is down, he shall be clean, and shall afterward eat of the holy things, because it is his food. That which dies of itself, or is torn with beasts, he shall not eat to defile himself therewith. I am Yahuwah. They shall therefore guard at my ordinance, lest they bear sin for it, and die therefore, if they profane it. I, Yahuwah, do sanctify them. There shall no stranger eat of the holy thing, a sojourner of the priest, or a hired servant shall not eat of the holy thing. But if the priest buy any soul with his money, he shall eat of it, and he that is born in his house, they shall eat of his meat. If the priest's daughter also be married unto a stranger, she may not eat of an offering of the holy things. But if the priest's daughter be a widow or divorced, and have no child, and is returned unto her father's house, as in her youth, she shall eat of her father's meat, but there shall no stranger eat thereof. And if a man eat of the holy thing unwittingly, then he shall put the fifth part thereof unto it, and shall give it unto the priests, with the holy thing. And they shall not profane at the holy things of the children of Yashara'el, at which they offer unto Yahuwah, or suffer them to bear the iniquity of trespass when they eat at their holy things. For I, Yahuwah, do sanctify them. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto Aharon, to his sons, and unto all the children of Yashara'el, and say unto them, whatsoever he be of the house of Yashara'el, or of the strangers in Yashara'el, that will offer his oblation for all his vows, and for all his free will offerings, which they will offer unto Yahuwah for a burnt offering. Ye shall offer at your own will a male without blemish of the cattle, of the sheep, or of the goats. But whatsoever has a blemish, that shall ye not offer, for it shall not be acceptable for you. And whosoever offers a sacrifice of peace offerings unto Yahuwah to accomplish his vow, or a freewill offering in cattle or sheep, it shall be perfect to be accepted. There shall be no blemish therein. Blind or broken or maimed or having a running sore or scurvy or scabbed, ye shall not offer these unto Yahuwah, nor make an offering by fire of them upon the altar unto Yahuwah. Either a bullock or a lamb that has anything superfluous or lacking in his parts, that may you offer for a freewill offering, but for a vow it shall not be accepted. Ye shall not offer unto Yahuwah that which is bruised, or crushed, or broken, or cut. Neither shall ye make any offering thereof in your land. Neither from a stranger's hand shall ye offer at the bread of your Elohim of any of these, because their corruption is in them, and blemishes be in them, they shall not be accepted for you. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, when a bullock or a sheep or a goat is brought forth, then it shall be 7 days under the dam. And from the 8th day thenceforth shall be accepted for an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah. And whether it be cow or ewe, ye shall not kill it and at her young both in 1 day. And when ye will offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving unto Yahuwah, offer it at your own will. On the same day it shall be eaten up. Ye shall leave none of it until the morrow. I am Yahuwah. Therefore shall ye guard my commandments and do them. I am Yahuwah. Neither shall ye profane at my holy name, but I will be hallowed among the children of Yashara'el. I am Yahuwah, which hallow you, that brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim, to be your Elohim. I am Yahuwah. Vayikra, Leviticus 23. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, speak unto the children of Yashara'el, and say unto them concerning the feasts of Yahuwah, which ye shall proclaim to be holy assemblies, even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Shabbat of rest, a holy assembly. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Shabbat of Yahuwah in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of Yahuwah, even holy assemblies, which ye shall proclaim in their appointed times. In the 14th day of the 1st month at evening is Yahuwah's Pikach, and on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of Matzah unto Yahuwah. 7 days ye must eat matzah. In the 1st day ye shall have a holy assembly. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah 7 days. And the 7th day is a holy assembly, Ye shall do no servile work therein. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, and say unto them, When ye are come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap at the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring at a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest, and he shall wave at the sheaf before Yahuwah to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Shabbat, the priest shall wave it. And ye shall offer that day when ye wave at the sheaf a he-lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto Yahuwah. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the 4th part of a hin. And ye shall eat neither bread, nor parched grain, nor green ears, until the selfsame day that ye have brought at an offering unto your Elohim. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Shabbat, from the day that ye brought at the sheaf of the wave offering, even Shabbatot shall be complete. Rather, 7 Shabbatot shall be complete. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Shabbat shall ye number 50 days. And ye shall offer a new meat offering unto Yahuwah. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto Yahuwah. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto Yahuwah, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto Yahuwah. Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before Yahuwah, with the 2 lambs. They shall be holy to Yahuwah for the priest. And ye shall proclaim on the selfsame day, that it may be a holy assembly unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations. And when ye reap at the harvest of your land, ye shall not make clean riddance of the corners of your field when you reap. Neither shall you gather any gleaning of your harvest. You shall leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am Yahuwah Elohechem. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, saying, In the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Shabbat, a memorial of blowing of shofars, a holy assembly. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Also on the 10th day of this 7th month is Yom Kippurim. It shall be a holy assembly unto you, and ye shall afflict at your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is Yom Kippurim, to make an atonement for you before Yahuwah, Elohim. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that does any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Shabbat of rest, and ye shall afflict at your souls. In the 9th day of the month at evening, from evening unto evening, shall ye celebrate your Shabbat. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, saying, The 15th day of this 7th month shall be the feast of Kukoth, for 7 days unto Yahuwah. On the first day shall be a holy assembly. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah. On the 8th day shall be a holy assembly unto you. And ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. These are the feasts of Yahuwah, which ye shall proclaim to be holy assemblies, to offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah, a burnt offering, and a meat offering, a sacrifice, and drink offerings, everything upon his day, beside this Shabbatot of Yahuwah, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye give unto Yahuwah. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in at the fruit of the land, ye shall keep at a feast unto Yahuwah 7 days. On the first day shall be a Shabbat, and on the 8th day shall be a Shabbat. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before Yahuwah, Elohim, 7 days. And ye shall keep it a feast unto Yahuwah 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in Kukot 7 days. All that are Yashara'el born shall dwell in Kukot, that your generations may know that I made at the children of Yashara'el to dwell in Kukot, when I brought them out of the land of Mitzrayim. I am Yahuwah Elohim. And Moshe declared unto the children of Yashara'el the feasts of Yahuwah. Vayikra Leviticus 24. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Command at the children of Yashara'el that they bring unto you pure oil, olive, beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually. Without the veil of the testimony, in the tabernacle of the assembly, shall Aharon order it from the evening unto the morning before Yahuwah continually. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. He shall order at the lamps upon the pure menorah before Yahuwah continually. And you shall take fine flour and bake 12 cakes thereof. 2 tenth deals shall be in one cake. And you shall set them in 2 rows, 6 on a row, upon the pure table before Yahuwah. And you shall put pure frankincense upon each row, that it may be on the bread for a memorial, even an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah. Every Shabbat he shall set it in order before Yahuwah continually, being taken from the children of Yashara'el by an everlasting covenant. And it shall be Aharon's and his sons, and they shall eat it in the holy place, for it is most holy unto him of the offerings of Yahuwah, made by fire by a perpetual statute. And the son of a Yashara'elite woman, whose father was a Mitzri, went out among the children of Yashara'el. And this son of the Yashara'elite woman and a man of Yashara'el strove together in the camp. And the Yashara'elite woman's son blasphemed at the name of Yahuwah and cursed. And they brought him unto Moshe, and his mother's name was Shelamith, the daughter of Debri, of the tribe of Dan. And they put him in ward, that the mind of Yahuwah might be showed them. Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Bring forth him that is cursed without the camp, and let all that heard him lay their hands upon his head, and let all the assembly stone him. And you shall speak unto the children of Yashara'el, saying, Whosoever curses his Elohim shall bear his sin. And he that blasphemes the name of Yahuwah, he shall surely be put to death, and all the assembly shall certainly stone him. As well the stranger as he that is born in the land, when he blasphemes the name of Yahuwah, shall be put to death. And he that kills any man shall surely be put to death. And he that kills a beast shall make it good, beast for beast. And if a man cause a blemish in his neighbor, as he has done, so shall it be done to him. Breach for breach, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. As he has caused a blemish in a man, so shall it be done to him again. And he that kills a beast, he shall restore it. And he that kills a man, he shall be put to death. Ye shall have one manner of law, as well for the stranger as for one of your own country. For I am Yahuwah Elohim. And Moshe spoke to the children of Yashara'el, that they should bring forth him that had cursed out of the camp, and stone him with stones. And the children of Yashara'el did as Yahuwah commanded at Moshe. Vayikra Leviticus 25. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe in Mount Sinai, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, and say unto them, when ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Shabbat unto Yahuwah. 6 years you shall sow your field, and 6 years you shall prune your vineyard, and gather in at the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Shabbat of rest unto the land, a Shabbat for Yahuwah. You shall neither sow your field, nor prune your vineyard. At that which grows of its own accord of your harvest you shall not reap, neither gather at the grapes of your vine undressed. For it is a year of rest unto the land. And the Shabbat of the land shall be food for you and for your servant, and for your maid, and for your hired servant, and for your stranger that sojourns with you, and for your cattle, and for the beasts that are in your land, shall all the increase thereof be meat. And you shall number 7 Shabbatot of years unto you, 7 times 7 years. And the space of the 7 Shabbatot of years shall be unto you 49 years. Then shall you cause the shofar of the Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month. In Yom Kippurim shall ye make the shofar sound throughout all your land. And ye shall hallow at the 50th year, and proclaim liberty throughout all the land, and to all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you, and ye shall return every man unto his possession, and ye shall return every man unto his family. A jubilee shall that 50th year be unto you. Ye shall not sow, neither reap that at which grows of itself in it, nor gather the grapes in it of at your vine undressed. For it is the Jubilee. It shall be holy unto you. Ye shall eat at the increase thereof out of the field. In the year of this Jubilee ye shall return every man unto his possession. And if you sell aught unto your neighbor, or buy aught of your neighbor's hand, ye shall not oppress at one another. According to the number of years after the Jubilee, you shall buy of your neighbor, and according unto the number of years of the fruits, he shall sell unto you. According to the multitude of years, you shall increase the price thereof. And according to the fewness of years, you shall diminish the price of it. For according to the number of the years of the fruits, he sells unto you. Ye shall not therefore oppress at one another, but you shall fear your Elohim. For I am Yahuwah Elohechem. Wherefore ye shall do at my statutes, and guard at my judgments, and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land in safety. And the land shall yield her fruit, and ye shall eat your fill, and dwell therein in safety. And if ye shall say, what shall we eat the 7th year? Behold, we shall not sow nor gather in at our increase. Then I will command at my blessing upon you in the 6th year, and it shall bring forth at fruit for 3 years. Ye shall sow at the 8th year, and eat yet of old fruit until the 9th year. Until her fruits come in, ye shall eat of the old store. The land shall not be sold forever. For the land is mine, For ye are strangers and sojourners with me. And in all the land of your possession you shall grant a redemption for the land. If your brother be waxen poor, and has sold away some of his possession, and if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem at that which his brother sold. And if the man have none to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it, then let him count at the years of the sale thereof, and restore at the overplus unto the man to whom he sold it, that he may return unto his possession. But if he be not able to restore it to him, then that shall remain in the hand of him that has bought it until the year of Jubilee. And in the Jubilee it shall go out, and he shall return unto his possession. And if a man sell a dwelling house in a walled city, then he may redeem it within a whole year after it is sold. Within a full year may he redeem it. And if it be not redeemed within the space of a full year, then the house that is in the walled city shall be established forever to him that bought it throughout his generations. It shall not go out in the Jubilee. But the houses of the villages which have no wall round about them shall be counted as the fields of the country. They may be redeemed. They shall go out in the Jubilee. Notwithstanding the cities of the Leviticus and the houses of the cities of their possessions may the Leviticus redeem at any time. And if a man purchase of the Leviticus, then the house that was sold and the city of his possession shall go out in the year of Jubilee. For the houses of the cities of the Leviticus are their possession among the children of Yashara'el. But the field of the suburbs of their cities may not be sold, for it is their perpetual possession. And if your brother be waxen poor and fallen in decay with you, then you shall relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with you, take no usury of him or increase, but fear your Elohim, that your brother may live with you. You shall not give him at your money upon usury, nor lend him your victuals for increase. I am Yahuwah Elohim, which brought you forth out of the land of Mitzrayim, to give you at the land of Canaan, to be your Elohim. And if your brother that dwells by you be waxen poor, and be sold unto you, you shall not compel him to serve as a bondservant, but as a hired servant, and as a sojourner. He shall be with you, and shall serve you unto the year of Jubilee. And then shall he depart from you, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his fathers shall he return. For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Mitzrayim. They shall not be sold as bondmen. You shall not rule over him with rigor, but shall fear your Elohim. Both your bondmen and your bondmaids, which you shall have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land. They shall be your possession. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Yashara'el, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor. And if a sojourner or stranger wax rich by you, and your brother that dwells by him wax poor, and sell himself unto the stranger or sojourner by you, or to the stock of the stranger's family, after that he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brethren may redeem him, either his uncle or his uncle's son may redeem him, or any that is nigh of kin unto him of his family may redeem him. Or if he be able, he may redeem himself, and he shall reckon with him that bought him from the year that he was sold to him unto the year of Jubilee. And the price of his sale shall be according unto the number of years, according to the time of a hired servant shall it be with him, if there be yet many years behind. According unto them he shall give again the price of his redemption, out of the money that he was bought for. And if there remain but few years unto the year of Jubilee, then he shall count with him, and according unto his years shall he give him again the price of his redemption. And as a yearly hired servant shall he be with him. And the other shall not rule with rigor over him in your sight. And if he be not redeemed in these years, then he shall go out in the year of Jubilee, both he and his children with him. For unto me the children of Yashara'el are servants. They are my servants, whom I brought forth out of the land of Mitzrayim. I am Yahuwah Elohim. Vayikra, Leviticus 26. Ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land, to bow down unto it. For I am Yahuwah Elohim. Ye shall guard at my Shabbatot, and reverence my sanctuary. I am Yahuwah. If ye walk in my statutes, and guard at my commandments, and do them, then I will give you rain in due season, and the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield her fruit. And your threshing shall reach unto the vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto the sowing time. And ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely. And I will give peace in the land, lying down with nothing to fear, and the Shabbat of life. Though evil be a part of the land, there is no sword to bring in the land. And ye shall chase at your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. And your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. For I will have respect unto you, and make you fruitful, and multiply you, and establish my covenant with you. And ye shall eat old store, and bring forth the old, because of the new. And I will set my tabernacle among you, and my soul shall not abhor you. And I will walk among you, and will be your Elohim. And ye shall be my people. I am Yahuwah Elohim, which brought you forth out of the land of Mitzrayim, that ye should not be their bondmen. And I have broken the bands of your yoke, and made you go upright. But
If ye will not hearken unto me, and will not do at all these commandments, and if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor at my judgments, so that ye will not do at all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, at consumption, and at the burning ague, that shall consume the eyes, and cause sorrow of heart. And ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursues you. And if ye will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. And I will break at the pride of your power, and I will make at your heaven as iron, and at your earth as brass, and your strength shall be spent in vain. For your land shall not yield at her increase, neither shall the trees of the land yield their fruits. And if ye walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. I will also send at wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children, and destroy at your cattle, and make you few in number, and your highways shall be desolate. And if ye will not be reformed by me, by these things, but will walk contrary unto me, then will I also walk contrary unto you, and will punish you yet 7 times for your sins. And I will bring a sword upon you, that shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant. And when ye are gathered together within your cities, I will send the pestilence among you, and ye shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy. And when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight, and ye shall eat, and not be satisfied. And if ye will not for all this hearken unto me, but walk contrary unto me, then I will walk contrary unto you also in fury. And even I will chastise you 7 times for your sins. And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons, and the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat. And I will destroy at your high places, and cut down at your images, and cast at your carcasses upon the carcasses of your idols, and my soul shall abhor you. And I will make at your cities waste, and bring at your sanctuaries unto desolation, and I will not smell the savor of your sweet odors. And I will bring at the land into desolation, and your enemies which dwell therein shall be astonished at it. And I will scatter you among the heathen, and will draw out a sword after you, and your land shall be desolate, and your cities waste. Then shall the land enjoy at her Shabbatot, as long as it lies desolate. And ye be in your enemy's land, even then shall the land rest, and enjoy at her Shabbatot. As long as it lies desolate, it shall rest, because it did not rest in your Shabbatot, when ye dwelt upon it. And upon them that are left alive of you, I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies, and the sound of a shaken leaf shall chase them They shall flee as fleeing from a sword. They shall fall when none pursues. They shall fall one upon another, as it were before a sword, when none pursues. And ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies. And ye shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. And they that are left of you shall pine away in their iniquity in your enemies' lands. And also in the iniquities of their fathers shall they pine away with them, if they shall confess at their iniquity, and at the iniquity of their fathers, with their transgression which they transgressed against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me, and that I also have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies, if then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, they then accept of the punishment of at their iniquity, then will I remember at my covenant with Yaakov, and also at my covenant with Yitzchak, and also at my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land. The land also shall be left of them, and shall enjoy at her Shabbatot, while she lies desolate without them, and they shall accept of the punishment of at their iniquity. Because they despised my judgments, even because they despised my judgments, and because their soul abhorred at my statutes, and yet for all that, when they be in the land of their enemies, I will not cast them away, neither will I abhor them, to destroy them utterly, and to break my covenant with them. For I am Yahuwah Elohechem. But I will for their sakes remember the covenant of their ancestors, whom I brought forth out of the land of Mitzrayim, in the sight of the heathen, that I might be their Elohim. I am Yahuwah. These are the commandments and judgments, and Torah, which Yahuwah made between him and the children of Yashara'el in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moshe. Veikra, Leviticus 27. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Yashara'el, and say unto them, when a man shall make a singular vow, the persons shall be for Yahuwah by your estimation. And your estimation shall be of the male from 20 years old even unto 60 years old. Even your estimation shall be 50 shekels of silver, after the shekel of the sanctuary. And if it be a female, then your estimation shall be 30 shekels. And if it be from 5 years old, even unto 20 years old, then your estimation shall be of the male 20 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. And if it be from a month old, even unto 5 years old, then your estimation shall be of the male 5 shekels of silver, and for the female your estimation shall be 3 shekels of silver. And if it be from 60 years old and above, if it be a male, then your estimation shall be 15 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. But if he be poorer than your estimation, then he shall present himself before the priest, and the priest shall value him. According to his ability that vowed shall the priest value him,
And if it be a beast whereof men bring an offering unto Yahuwah, all that any man gives of such unto Yahuwah shall be holy. He shall not alter it, nor change it, a good for a bad, or a bad for a good. And if he shall at all change beast for beast, then it and the exchange thereof shall be holy. And if it be any unclean beast, of which they do not offer a sacrifice unto Yahuwah, then he shall present at the beast before the priest. And the priest shall value it, whether it be good or bad, as you value it, who are the priest. So shall it be. But if he will at all redeem it, then he shall add a fifth part thereof unto your estimation. And when a man shall sanctify at his house to be holy unto Yahuwah, then the priest shall estimate it, whether it be good or bad. As the priest shall estimate it, so shall it stand. And if he that sanctified it will redeem at his house, then he shall add the fifth part of the money of your estimation unto it, and it shall be his. And if a man shall sanctify unto Yahuwah some part of a field of his possession, then your estimation shall be according to the seed thereof. A homer of barley seed shall be valued at 50 shekels of silver. If he sanctify his field from the year of Jubilee, according to your estimation, it shall stand. But if he sanctify his field after the Jubilee, then the priest shall reckon unto him at the money according to the years that remain, even unto the year of the Jubilee, and it shall be abated from your estimation. And if he that sanctified at the field will in any wise redeem it, then he shall add the fifth part of the money of your estimation unto it, and it shall be assured to him. And if he will not redeem at the field, or if he have sold at the field to another man, it shall not be redeemed any more. But the field, when it goes out in the Jubilee, shall be holy unto Yahuwah, as a field devoted. The possession thereof shall be the priest's. And if a man sanctify unto Yahuwah at a field which he has bought, which is not of the fields of his possession, then the priest shall reckon unto him at the worth of your estimation, even unto the year of the Jubilee, and he shall give at your estimation in that day as a holy thing unto Yahuwah. In the year of the Jubilee the field shall return unto him of whom it was bought, even to him to whom the possession of the land did belong. And all your estimation shall be according to the shekel of the sanctuary. 20 gerahs shall be the shekel. Only the firstling of the beasts, which should be Yahuwah's firstling, no man shall sanctify it, whether it be ox or sheep. It is Yahuwah's. And if it be of an unclean beast, then he shall redeem it according to your estimation, and shall add a fifth part of it thereto. Or if it be not redeemed, then it shall be sold according to your estimation. Notwithstanding, no devoted thing that a man shall devote unto Yahuwah of all that he has, both of man and beast, and of the field and of his possession, shall be sold or redeemed. Every devoted thing is most holy unto Yahuwah. None devoted which shall be devoted of men shall be redeemed, but shall surely be put to death. And all the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree, is Yahuwah's. It is holy unto Yahuwah. And if a man will at all redeem out of his tithes, he shall add thereto the 5th part thereof. And concerning the tithe of the herd, or of the flock, even of whatsoever passes under the rod, the 10th shall be holy unto Yahuwah. He shall not search whether it be good or bad, neither shall he change it. And if he change it at all, then both it and the change thereof shall be holy. It shall not be redeemed. These are the commandments which Yahuwah commanded at Moshe for the children of Yashara'el in Mount Sinai.
I gave away my other table, and now Yah brought us another one. Look. So I gave the table away that was here, and now I found this in the trash, and I found this one in the trash. But check out this stuff. HalleluYAH. Love you. Hi, I'm David Yah Christian, co-founder of Helpology. Helpology is the study of the world's most helpful products and services. I've been doing it for 30 years. The world doesn't know about Helpology yet, but what I'm about to do is my gift to the world is I'm going to record a book I wrote in 1994 when I was 24 years old. The book is titled How to Gain Love, Respect, Happiness, Health, and Wealth. Personal Perfection of Your Mind. Your Personal Guide to Continuous Improvement by Dominic Ficini. That was my pen name back then. It was actually my legal name. My legal name was Peter Louis Dominic Ficini. It was my middle name Dominic, last name Ficini. But since then, I've had some changes in my life, and for personal reasons, I've changed my name legally to David Yah Christian. That's D-A-V-I-D, middle name Y-A-H, last name Christian, C-H-R-I-S-T-I-N.
Because they trust in Him.
Okay, that's it for now. I'm going to stop the stream now because I want to see how it loads up with under an hour. Last time I tried to do a live stream for 2 hours, I couldn't upload it because my internet's so weak. So anyways, I'm just doing this to kind of let others see. Let's see what it says. I'm recording this. Emissary of Elohim says, Yahuwah barak you and guard you, hallelujah. Thus they shall put my name on the children of Yasharal, or Yasharal, and I myself barak them. Hallelujah. Love you. Wow, Yahuwah. Yahuwah. Wow, that's amazing. That's a lot of language, brother. Emissary of Elohim. I'm going to cut out now. Love you guys. Love you, Aks and Akotis. Shalom. Shalom.